So how has English 3 affected me? It's been tough. At first, when I walked into the forest, Downey Forest, I had a very lugubrious, solemn attitude because it was so foreboding. And but it's been 9 months, 4 days, 5 hours, 8 minutes, and 56 seconds. And I've changed a lot. At first I didn't know what I was doing. I walked around with a banana gun. Okay, but eventually I got better. I was under the coaching. I had a fantastic sergeant during the war named Rambo, and he'd been in the war since first period. And while I was there, I was ambushed many times with time writing and cold passages. The war changed me physically too. Like all the English that I learned, it also changed my accents. Now I have an English accent. And but overall, I'm not too regretful because I learned some things. I can write, so I was scarred in some ways, but in the end I can write. So I guess it's not too bad of a loss. It's all right now, so it's okay, I guess.
Around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces.
I'm a firm believer that success can't be achieved without hardship. I was deployed in the Downey Forest on August 25th, 1968. It was during the thick of English War III. The land was infested with Viet Downey, who could ruin your GPA and therefore your career and life in an instant. My Sergeant Rambo, he wasn't going to make it, but he didn't go down without teaching me how to survive. We always had to be alert and ready for the dice to come, because Viet Downey, they carried this deadly device known as the 30-sided die, and it could hit you at any time. So you always had to be ready, you always had to be prepared, you always had to pay attention, or else if you got hit by the 30-sided die, you'd be done. You'd be done for. It actually happened to me one time. I was just on my phone, not paying attention, and all of a sudden I see some die coming up right in front of me, and I just wasn't ready for it. And due to that, I sustained physical damage, and it scarred me. It was a terrible experience. That's also how I lost my arm. But I learned from it. After that, no matter what, I always was on alert. I was always paying attention and ready for dice to come. I wouldn't let it happen again. One of the major crucial elements of survival in the Downey Forest is you must use a pen. Pencils just don't work, and they produce null and void writing. So one time actually I was writing, and I swore I was using a pen. I 100% thought I was using a pen, but I realized 5 minutes later that the whole time I was writing with a pencil, and my work was nothing. It was useless. So I got punished because of that. Brutal punishment. I did not like that one. But anyway, the lesson I learned from that one is you have to use a pen. Pencils don't fly in the Downey Forest. Pens fly because they're mightier than the sword or the gun or the M16. M16 is a gun. Mightier than an M67 grenade too. It's the ultimate weapon. you have to be able to learn how to manage your time when you're writing, because time can fly when you're writing. You know, 1 minute you'll be looking down, you'll have 40 minutes left, and then you'll write a sentence, you'll get stuck a little bit, and all of a sudden you have 5 minutes left, and you're done after that. You're done. You're done for. So always manage your time. Always manage your time, and you just have to be able to watch the clock, and you get over time. You just get better at it. You just improve over time. It's just one of those things that requires practice. The more you do it, the more time writings you do, the better you're going to be at managing your time and working efficiently. So that way you won't be cramming in writing at the last minute, or not finishing at all and getting your paper ripped up. That's not fun either. Believe me, it's happened to me. I've been through all this. So 3 things. Number 1, read. Number 2, read. Number 3, read some more, because you have to read you have to read the books that they give you. In class discussions, you're going to have to be able to talk about the book and analyze it, and in order for you to do that, you have to know the book, and without reading the book, you won't be able to do that. You won't have an idea what's going on, and you won't be able to thoroughly participate and know what's going on, which is why it's absolutely essential that you need to read your books. If you don't, you won't be able to participate in group discussions, and whenever we're discussing in class, you won't really have an idea what's going on in the book, and it's vital information for the war. You just have to know it. And I wish I'd read some of the books, like things they carried. I thought that would have been really interesting, because relatable for my experience in the war. Unfortunately, I didn't, and because of that, I was punished. I had to run 400 miles. So, if you don't want to run 400 miles, then read your books.
In Vietnam, he was 19. In Vietnam, he was 19. In Vietnam, he was...
The last thing you have to do to be successful in English War 3 is do not procrastinate, because when you procrastinate, it feels good at first. You don't have to do much at first. It's really relaxing, but then the night before it's due rolls around, and then it's not fun. Then you have to grind, and you might not get it done, and you deliver lower quality work. So do not procrastinate. Of course, I did that too when I was a beginner. So that was rough, because I ended up getting punished, of course. This time it was 800 miles, and actually one of my lungs burst during that. So now I have lung damage. So don't procrastinate. So to all of you new recruits, just make sure to follow what I said in the video, and I think you'll have some good success in the forests of Downey. When I first started, I didn't know, I wasn't sure, so I wasn't too successful at the beginning, but over time, under the wing of Rambo, I learned and I improved, and now I'm a good writer, or at least I think I am. I think I am. Oh no, what if I'm not? Oh no. No, I think I am. I'm a good writer. So, follow what I said, and you will eventually become a good writer, hopefully. Or at least you think you will.